been like, I don't know, 5 million years since I posted a video here. Like, do you guys still remember my face? Do you still remember me, please? But yeah, it feels good to be back. So welcome back, guys, to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time stumbling on my face or on my channel, you're welcome. My name is Bemi, and here you will mostly see me do coding tutorials, talk about tech coding videos, a little bit of career, and yeah, that's most of what my channel is about. If you go through my videos, they are mostly coding videos. I do some installation videos, trying out new tech stacks, and yeah, I write JavaScript majorly. And yeah, that's exactly what I do. I work as a software developer. I write JavaScript. I put out lead code tutorial videos too. That's a plus. So if that sparks your interest, you're welcome. And sometimes a little bit of lifestyle, just a sprinkle of it. Like this video that I'm doing is kind of like lifestyle leaning, but it's just like an update video to tell you where I have been. So now, where have I been, guys? I always pride myself on being consistent, but for some months now, I've been very inconsistent on YouTube, and it's not my fault. I've not been lazy. I've been a little bit lazy, but it's just because life has been lifing and there's a lot of things going on. And yeah, I recently started my master's program in human computer interaction in Tallinn University, and I am so happy. I am so happy about this. I am so happy. Your girl is officially a master's student. I did this short video about being a master's student, and honestly, it's because I am so excited about it. I am so very much happy about it. I have pretty much told anyone that cared to listen to me that I have just started my master's program. If you sit next to me for more than 5 minutes, even if I don't know you, I probably will just look at you and tell you, hey, excuse me, my name is Bemi, and I recently just started my master's program in human computer interaction. I've told everybody, and it is because I am genuinely happy about it. And it's not just some random excited. This is something that I've always wanted to do for the longest time. I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to do research in tech. I've always wanted to study in tech. I've interacted with the tech industry for some time now. I still think of myself as a beginner, but I'm a beginner. But and I've always wanted to like also interact with the research part of tech. So I've been scrolling through programs, scrolling through all of these things, and I'll think to myself, oh my God, this is going to be me one day. And guys, this is me today. It is me actually. It still feels so unreal that I am here doing my master's program, but that's the big life updates. Your girl is here, and I'm just trying to adjust to everything. New school, new program, new people, new life, new country, new city, new everything. Basically, everything is new. So in today's video, I pretty much will just sit down and talk to you about some questions people have been asking me on WhatsApp majorly. How did I find this program? Why ACI, Estonia? Why Estonia? And of course, I would be telling you about my experience. It's been just 2-3 weeks so far, but I've had loads of experiences. I'm not going to lie. And of course, I think there's also one question. Because I did not do my BSc degree in computer science or any computer science related course, I actually have my BSc in chemistry science. I think I should just make a whole video on that, transitioning careers and all of that. So I knew I wanted to start my master's. I wanted to do my master's in tech, but in which field of tech? Tech is so wide. So where, in what? And I didn't just want to pick something that was fancy or that was available. I wanted something that I was excited about, that I'm excited about. I wanted something that made sense for me, that made sense for my career goals, and honestly, something that just made sense for the kind of problems that I want to solve. So I sat down and started asking myself questions. What do you like in this tech? What are you curious about in tech? And yes, I've always been drawn to the people. I've always been drawn to users. I've always been drawn to people. I've worked in operations at some point in my career. I've worked with customers. I've worked, even before I just started doing core coding, I've always been fascinated by how human beings interact with technology, right? When you build like the perfect interface or the perfect system, and in your head, you're like, this page, nobody should have a problem with this. And then someone uses it and they report back and they're like, oh, they're struggling to use it. It happens to me in my company. Sometimes I implement something and they get back to me like, oh, user is having issue with this, having issue with that. And I'm like, hello, they shouldn't. That gap between design, development, building, and the human users themselves, that gap really fascinates me. It fascinates me so much. If you are my friend, I probably have talked to you about how I think social media usage affects people, I love it. I love that topic. I love talking about it. I feel like technology changed people's life. Technology changes our behavior, changes our response to situation. The way we interact with it is different. It is interesting, and I just love that. I just wanted that. So I started researching different master's program, just searching online. I searched a little in computer science. I was just searching for everything, just adding everything. It's like adding to cart. I was just adding everything to cart, right? And I had this whole list. I was just writing it. If I find another program, I write it down. Find another program, I write it down. I would try to apply to it and all of that. And I applied for so many programs. And very interestingly enough, human computer interaction in my school, Tallinn University, was not the only program I got into. It wasn't the only program I interviewed for. I interviewed for several programs. I got into programs in different schools, different countries, different schools, different countries. I remember getting into a program in applied informatics, and I really love that too. Applied informatics in a master's program. It wasn't even in Tallinn. It wasn't in Estonia, safe. So, but the night I found this program, I kind of knew that this is the program I was going to do, right? I was just scrolling through all these university programs, university websites, and I found human computer interaction in Tallinn University. And that same night, I reached out to the program's director on LinkedIn. After I sent the message, I was not thinking, hey, how can I be sending someone a message in the middle of the night on LinkedIn? But yeah, he replied me the next morning and he was like, oh yeah, he thinks I should actually apply. So I applied, waited for like 50 years, and then I got a call back for the interview. I was interviewed by, I think, 4 people. And yes, I got into this program. I got into another program in artificial intelligence. I got into another program in applied informatics. I got into another program in computer science, masters in computer science, literally. But yeah, I chose human computer interaction. The program felt like a good blend of human behavior, technology, design, and it didn't just feel low. I'm here now, and it actually is a whole blend of everything. My program, my courses for this semester just feels like it's so amazing. I'm doing a course in psychology, research, field research, and all of these things. Now, why Estonia? Of all the countries in the world, why here? People barely even know this country. That's the crazy thing. Every time I tell someone in Nigeria, I always have to tell them, it's not far from Germany. It's not far from Germany. It's not far from Germany. Don't kill me. When people want to study abroad, the usual suspects are UK, US, Canada, maybe Germany. Estonia doesn't always pop up, right? So why did I choose Estonia? First of all, I actually have a brother here, but that was not the main reason. It was part of the reason because my brother would not stop talking about how amazing this country is, and he really wasn't lying. First of all, Estonia is such a digital country. It is one of the countries that is known for how much digitalized it is. Everything here is online, is smooth, is just technology is so utilized here, it's so normal. There are some things that you can just do. You can literally do everything online in Estonia. You can, during our orientation, they mentioned that you can pretty much get married online. And I think you can even get a divorce online. It's crazy. Everything can be done online. Yeah. And I am not joking. Pretty much everything. And the way technology is used here is so fascinating. Everything uses tech in a way that blows your mind. So yeah, technology is a culture. It's literally a culture here in Estonia. And for someone that wanted to study a course like human computer interaction, it makes sense to be in a place like this. A country where tech is not just theory, where tech is literally a lifestyle. And also the education system. When I found this program online, I went on the school website, everything seemed really, it made sense. The education system is very designed, is very research focused. And even now that I'm here, I can see it. It's not just a go to class, read your book, and pass things. Everything is very much practical here. I've been here for just how many weeks, and we're already doing like real life. Everything we are being taught is literally the minute you learn something, there's always a demand on you to just try to apply it into a real life context. So I like that. There's so much hands-on work, so much collaboration. I've done group projects there. There's so much collaboration, and that's pretty much how I think learning should be. So I really love that. And of course, affordability. Hello, I tried to check. This is so funny, but I was playing around with the idea of going to the UK. But you that you're in the UK, please send me money because you guys are rich. You guys are rich. I wanted to school, but I also was very conscious of funding. I didn't want to have to like look for funding. I didn't want to do that hard work. I wanted something affordable, and education here is really, really, really affordable. Very affordable. It's not something that will break your neck or break your back. It's very affordable and it's very quality. And yes, I wanted a little bit of adventure. I wanted to step out. I wanted to experience new things. I wanted to stretch myself. I wanted to experience a new culture. I'm learning Estonian language. I've never actually learned a new language in my adult life. I've never downloaded Duolingo in my life. So yes, it feels nice to do something new, interact with a new culture. And the beautiful thing about being here is that you're not just interacting with the Estonian culture. I have interacted with so many people that I don't think I've met this diverse number of people in my life ever. I have interacted with people from all corners of the earth, really. I live in the school dormitory, and my roommate is Japanese. Everybody is a mix of everything. Africans, Asians, Europeans, Americans. Everybody is here. Pakistani, Indian. everybody. So experiencing that is also very beautiful. It's also a bit of cultural adventure, right? So Estonia, it was. So let's talk about the program itself, Human Computer Interaction, HCI for short. If you're not familiar with HCI, it is pretty much just how human beings interact with technology. Everything from design to usability to accessibility to even how culture and psychology shapes the way we use systems. It is I like to think of it as the sweet spot between computer science, design, and human behavior. It's kind of like a mix of everything. So for me, I've always just, like I mentioned earlier, loved studying the gaps between tech and the humans that use tech, and how much of a gap can be between you. A lot of people build apps. They You see all of these founders coming out with really amazing, nice ideas, and yet it gets to the market, it gets to the user, and it feels like a wrong fit. So that gap, it fascinates me, and I'm hoping that I can also contribute to bridging it in my work, in my research. And another reason is impact. Tech is everywhere. From the point you wake up in the morning till when you sleep at night, you are interacting with technology. In fact, some people interact with technology overnight. You see people that play music overnight. You are interacting with technology from the alarm that wakes you up. Gone are the days of using all this analog this thing. People use alarms, digital alarms, their phone. I found this device that I really want to get. It's like an alarm device, and it's just so crazy, right? So you interact with technology. Technology is everywhere. It shapes our life. It shapes our work. It shapes health, it shapes communication, it shapes education. It pretty much touches everything. And I wanted a program that just didn't give me the skills to like build stuff. I didn't want something that would just give me the skills to build technology. I wanted something that would equip me to build technology that is usable, to build it responsively, to build it inclusively, and in a way that genuinely and actually improves people's lives. And HCI just connected that dot for me, my experience in software engineering, my curiosity about people, and my long-term dream, my long-term career goals. So yeah, it just connected it all for me, and thank God I found it. This video is getting a little bit too long, but I wanted to talk about my experience in Estonia. I feel like no matter how much you research a country, no matter how much you read online or you watch people's video, nothing can actually prepare you for actually experiencing that place. Estonia is quiet. For someone that's coming from Nigeria, it feels weird. It felt weird at first. Everything is so quiet, so still, right? And that took me a little bit of getting used to. But yeah, I'm learning to appreciate that. The calmness is easier to focus, it's easier to think. And it's not winter yet. And this place is already cold, guys. It's already cold. So the weather too. Now to school. The program, our classes has been really interactive, and the professors, they are actually like, they want you to engage with them, they want you to learn, they want you to think. You will be forced to think. You must think, sir. You must use your mind, you must use your brain. And I also love the mix. In my program, there is a mix of people, different culture, different perspectives. We can be having a discussion in class, and people contribute different perspectives. The other day we were talking about a research paper, and one of my classmates, who's an Estonian, was talking about a solution that she was interacting with, I think, that is meant for burying people the dead. And everyone was giving their perspective, and it's just mind blowing how people think of death, how people interact with, burial, farewell, and how different it is in different cultures, right? So, and outside of school, Estonia is very, very engaging. There's a lot of stuff to do here. Estonians are reserved, but it's not bad. I think that's just them, and it's fine. I think they're really beautiful people, to be honest. The ones that I know that are in my class, they are very jovial. So I guess it's just you need to get to know them, and you enjoy relating with them. And there are also other people around. I've interacted with every person from every country. Just joking. And also the digital systems here blow my mind. As someone that is into tech, sometimes I'll just see something, I'll be like, wow, wow. So yeah, that is also like very interesting. So yeah, it's been cool so far. Beautiful. So excellent. So what's next for me? A lot. I want to fully embrace being back in school. I've been such a full-time working class person for the longest time. So there's just something about the learning mindset, being in that space, that is just so amazing, and I'm just going to fully embrace it. It's getting a little bit overwhelming. There's so much to read, there's so much to study, assignments, group work, group projects, but that's part of the fun, right? And I also want to focus on my research interest. Right now, I feel like I have a million and one research interests. But of course, I know that I would have to still narrow it down at some point. During my interview, I mentioned a few areas in HCI that interested me. But now, we recently did an assignment in one of my courses where we are supposed to read 100 research papers in HCI. Yes, it was a very drilling assignment, but we used like a technique to read it in a way that is not overwhelming, but yeah, it was still a lot. And that assignment made me realize how broad research in ACI is. So many fascinating topics, so many research methods. So yeah, I'm just playing around with many things for now, but I know that very soon I should be able to narrow down my research interest. And for my channel, I know I've been away for the longest time, but I'm back now, and the goal is to keep posting the things that reflect what I'm learning and what I'm experiencing. So that means coding tutorials, gadgets, reviews if I get one, lead codes, tutorials, research insights, study insights, career insights, and maybe even try out a little bit of lifestyle too. So basically, this channel is going to be sharing as I learn, and hopefully, I'm hoping that that interests or helps or inspires someone. So guys, that's pretty much it for today's video update. I feel like I went on and on and on, but I just wanted to share everything with you. And before I go, I wanted to say a big thank you. Even though I've not been here, the channel has grown in its own little way that I am so grateful for. We are currently at 540 subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you are new here, I hope you stick around. I hope you subscribe too. So if you enjoyed this video, if you are into coding, you want coding videos, you want coding tips, you like research, you have interest in HCI, studying abroad, all of this good stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, comment. I make sure that no comments go unresponded to on this channel. And of course, I want to hear from you. If you're studying abroad, if you're doing something similar, if you're into tech, if you're into coding, if you're anything you're into that you want to share, please drop a comment and share with me and with everybody else that watches this video. All right, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.